Hi everyone, this is Shirley from Shirley's World. Hi Bumblebee. Hi Brylan. My computer is acting really strange today. It's taking forever for the windows to come up. And I get the spinning ball a lot. I don't know what in the earth. I'm going to have to, after this, I'm going to have to shut it down and restart it, I think. Usually that fixes things. I should have done that earlier because it's been acting screwy all day. It's very irritating when you used to things, when you click on something, you're used to it coming up immediately and it's taking like 2, 3 minutes to come up. Doesn't sound like long, but it is. Your shipping packages, Bumblebee. Well, that's a good sign. I just sold something on eBay. It's the first thing I've sold all day. Nothing on Poshmark today. Yeah. So, did everybody hear about Poshmark and their fees? They've reduced their fees drastically. It's going to be sort of like, not quite like Mercari, but it's going to be split between the buyer and the seller. So they're going to get just as much, but we won't have to pay as much. But the buyer has to pay more. So I don't know. We'll see, because it's starting right at fourth quarter. If anybody wants to know more about it, there's a couple eBay, big time eBay sellers describing it. One is the one I always go to when there's new things happening, and it's a Rockstar Flipper. And he explains it. And how much, it is. I think it's $5 and something for us. I mean, that we'll get charged instead of maybe it's 5%. You'll have to go on there and listen. Obviously I didn't listen close enough. It's much less though. Yeah. So yeah, Poshmark we used to have a fee of 20% of our sale. So it's much less now. I think it's 5.5%, or is it $5 and something? I don't know. Bumblebee, you probably know. You're the Poshmark person. Yeah. I made that dumb video this morning and then it got so screwed up. I probably would have been better off to just take it off, but I was doing a live YouTube video, and I'm not comfortable enough how you get it started to fuss around with it. So, Bumblebee, you said it. That was a great idea about putting your phone in a glass, except when I thought about it more, I'm doing the horizontal, the landscape mode, so it won't fit in the glass that way. And my phone is wide enough. I tried it to do it this way, and I'll have to find a wider glass because it wouldn't go in the glass. But I need something to hold my phone like this. I just have to remember to bring one of my tripods downstairs and put it in the kitchen. Use a glasses case. Oh. Well, I do have a glasses case right here. Like this, you mean? Oh, I can see where you could set it in there. Good idea. Speaking of glasses, my eye doctor called me today and told me that my glasses are in already. My new glasses that I ordered, which is fast for them. Usually can take up to a month to get them. So yeah, I can go pick them up anytime. So maybe in the next couple days, maybe by what day is it? Thursday. Maybe by Sunday, I'll have my new glasses if I get over there to get them. Yeah, that's a good idea about the glass case. Super. Ah, then I have to find some place. Then I'd have to find some place to put the glass case that's up. It's best if you take video like at your eye level as far as lighting and stuff goes. But you were just watching videos, so it wouldn't matter that way. I started to do the decluttering thing. I should have brought the paper in, but it didn't do that either. It's a 30-day challenge, 5 minutes a day, and it takes you around your house to different areas. You set a timer for 5 minutes, and you do as much as you can in that area, or you're only required to do 5 things, but of course it's better the more things you do. Brylan, you asked me if I told you I had 9 things that I'm listing from my closet clear out, my closet declutter. But I forgot about the 2 things on the ironing board. So really it's 11 things. The 5 things are the belts, which are in the photo cube in there. So I have to do them. Yeah. So that helped a little bit. I looked on ThreadUp and they did not have the box I wanted available. It hasn't been available in a while. I hope they're still doing it. It's still grayed out, like it's just not available at the moment. So it's the assorted clothes. I think it can be men's, women's, whatever. And it's like you can buy different ones. You can buy like a 25-piece one. You can buy a more. Hi, Debbie. You've been watching Joy. Nothing there either. No. Right. There's only a couple come on the great big box like I got. I'm not going to get that again. There were too many things that weren't good in there, or things without labels. Too many things without labels and without, I forget how many things I picked out of there that I just donated. But yeah, the other one is the denim box. I've gotten that one before, and it's usually okay. But the one I like the best is just the assorted clothing. Or the men's box. And I don't see it anywhere, so maybe they don't do that anymore. Or I just missed it. But it wasn't for sale for sure. Yeah. Well, my chickens got out into the yard today. They were out most of the day. And yeah, when the chickens are out in their bigger yard, I have to tie the dog. So I let the dog run around loose in the morning, and then I go and let the chickens out so that there's no chance of the dog getting close to the fence. And if those chickens are dumb enough to fly out of that fence again and come way over to the porch and say hello to the dog, then I don't know. I don't think they would. Uh, and the dog would bark, and I'd go out and see that they're out. They usually, what they do is they'd get out. They'd either peck a hole through the fence, or they would fly over. I don't know which they were doing. And then they wouldn't like to be out there alone without their flock mates. So then they'd run around, and they know exactly where the gate is to get back in, but the gate's closed. So they'd stand there, and that's usually exactly where the dog would get them. So, the 25 box the 25 piece box is, I don't know, it's around 40 some dollars. I think, if I remember rightly, but I have no memory left, so don't take that as gospel for sure. Okay, bye, Brylan. Uh, no, I just referred everybody as far as the shipping. There's no shipping changes on Poshmark. It's the fee changes. Instead of 20%, it's much, much less. And I don't have written down how much it is because I just referred you to go to Rockstar Flipper. He explains everything. There's a couple people on explaining, bigger sellers explaining it. But it's much less for us. And it's starting today, I think. I think it started today. No word from the handyman. I am so disappointed. What I'm going to do is call the guy that delivers the washing machines, because the handyman guy was a friend of his. I'm going to call the washer delivery man, because on the back of his card, he's a window washer. I also need that done. So I'm going to call him about that and see how much he charges for washing windows. He may just do the outside, but that's okay because Samantha will do the inside. It won't be quite as much work. And then I'll sort of ask him about the other guy. Hi, Riri. Renee Gregory. Yeah, no word on. You like the closet video, but don't throw away all your clothing. Winter's coming. Yeah, I haven't done, really, the closet in the hallway has the most winter clothing, and I haven't done that yet. I was going to do it today, and then I had listed my 3 today, and then I put drafts on for tomorrow. And then I thought, why am I, being in such a hurry to go do that second video? Why am I always in such a hurry to get things done? I'll just do it tomorrow. Before, like right after supper, I was watching on YouTube, I was watching old Tim Conway videos of different shows he was on. I think it was mostly Carol Burnett. He makes me laugh so much. He was so funny. Yeah. He was on one of the ones, he was on Johnny Carson, and then I think most of them were from Carol Burnett's show is where he's from. He's from Cleveland. Yeah, he's hysterical. Yeah, I didn't I have a hard time, as you said, as you have seen with the video that I made, the closet in my bedroom. I didn't get rid of near enough clothing. That's I still have way too much. So I think on this other challenge I'm doing, when I get to the closets, I will certainly have to get more out of there because I don't need that much stuff. What's wrong with me? I'm only one person and I don't go anywhere. That's the funny part. I go to Target and Marks. I go to the grocery store and I go to Target once in a while. That's about it. Uh, so I sure don't need all this stuff. The hardest part, I was telling Samantha, the hardest part for me is going to be when I get done doing the drawers and the stuff you don't see. And when I have to start decluttering the actual stuff that I have sitting around, like decor, things that I have set out that because I'll never have that minimalism look if I don't get rid of some of that stuff too. So I don't know. Like when we did the dining room, it's not down. It was just decluttered from a bunch of stuff I had set in there, but it's not really decluttered. Uh, yeah. Well, my son, I texted my grandkids. They both texted me back, which was surprise. So they were a nice text that they said both said that they want to come out. I didn't ask them. They just said that they hadn't seen you know, been out here in a while. They were going to talk to their dad, so we'll see. They're so busy. Uh, yeah. And they do that sport. What is the name? It's an English sport. It's like half. All right, let me just get this right for one thing right here. Well, that's not even coming up on the text. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's see what they lacrosse. They both play lacrosse. I think Ava started. She's older, and now Jack's playing lacrosse too. So that season is evidently going to start because Ava said it's going to start soon. And evidently she still has her job. She was working in a last year she worked at Mark's by her, and then this summer she worked at a garden center. So I don't know what job she's talking about because the garden center should be shutting down pretty much. Riri says, I notice with handymen, you can only tell them about one or two things at a time. Too many things scare them away. This is what happened to me. Well, I gave him a big, a big list. He seemed to be fine with it. When I was talking about it, he doesn't have to do things in one day. I was afraid my list was too small because it's small things. It's not big things, except for burning the burn pile. And that has to be done on a special day where there's no wind and everything's dry. Pile is dry. But the rest of the things, they weren't beside well, there was one big thing, to power wash my deck, if you consider that big. I don't know. But I hope it didn't scare him away. He doesn't have like I said, he doesn't have to do things in one day. He did that storm cellar door in one day, like a half a day. Of course, he had to go get the stuff like probably the day before, but and that was a big job, I think. So I don't know. I hope he hasn't fired me before we got started. Now, I bought 2 bird feeders. Did I tell you this? I bought 2 bird feeders and a big, one of those iron hook things. It's a double hook. And I told Samantha where I wanna put it, and so maybe this next Wednesday, hopefully it won't be raining. Um, and the ground stays soft because right now it's soft. We've had a lot of rain. And I'd like to put it someplace where I can see it out my family room window really good. Or I'd like to put it right outside my window that opens. I had one outside my family room window. Um, it was it was hung on one of those big, what do you call those hooks that you hook over something and then it has a hook at the other end? It was a big long one, an S hook. Yeah, a big long S hook, iron S hook. And it was hooked onto my gutter. Well, now my gutters have that leaf filter thing on. So you can't hook things in anymore unless I'd poke a hole in them, which probably wouldn't be good to do. So I'd have to put one of those hooks in the ground to hang it on right close to the window. And then I would open the window. There are windows that open like this. And I was able to fill the bird feeder from inside the house. It was perfect. So I don't know. We'll see what we come up with. But I want to get those up before winter. Because I don't know, the older I've gotten, maybe it's an old person thing. Now, I've always liked birds. I've always had bird feeders. It's not that, but I'm more interested in them now. I'm just more interested in the types of birds and reading all about it. And what really started me was getting this Merlin app called Merlin, Merlin, and you just put it on and press the record button, and it tells you exactly what bird is calling. So you don't even have to see the bird. It tells you what the bird is that's making the sound. And I had 2 new birds this year, that catbird, which I didn't know about before, and the Carolina wren, which does not migrate, so it's going to be here all winter. And I just heard it again with its evening call. I put it on Merlin, and it was the Carolina wren, and she was singing like crazy. It's just a little bird. It's just little, like a wren. It has such a big call. So I don't know. I love feeding the birds, and I don't usually feed them too much in the summertime, but I feed them all winter as long as I can get to the feeder. That's the trouble. I don't go through the snow very good anymore. Ah, I'll have to put those muck boots on. I do have muck boots that I had for the barn, and they make it easier to walk if it's at all slippery or snowy. So I hope they still fit me. Uh, Hi, Diane. Uh, well, my YouTube channel has not grown hardly at all. I think I've gotten maybe just a few subscribers since I got monetized, and I haven't gotten any money. That first month was the only the I made my $100, $106. You had to make over 100. I made 106. That was my big check. So yeah, I'm not making any new subscribers. So please like and subscribe. I'm sure all these people on here are subscribed. But yeah, and share my videos. I can see I'm not going to get rich doing this. It's lucky I like to do it. I like to make the videos. I like to edit. Yeah. And I like these chats on Thursdays. Ah, anywhere. No. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe by Sunday you'll see my new glasses. They're going to be a little different. They'll still be they're going to be purple frames, but they're still darker. But they're just a slightly different shape. I think they're more like this shape. Maybe not quite this. I think they're rounder than this, but this is my last pair. See, they weren't as big as these. These are what all my emojis. It was these glasses. It's going to be more like these than bigger like these. So we'll see. I hope they look okay because they cost a fortune. I don't have eyeglass insurance. Yeah. So yeah, these frames are just ridiculous. Now I could have gone someplace else, but I didn't. I've gotten my glasses at this where the eye doctor is, and of course the eyeglass place connected with them is really expensive, but there you are, you're right there. Hi, Janet. Janet and Judy's here. Hi. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'm going to finish up part 2 of my clothes videos, decluttering the closet in the hallway upstairs and finish the drawers that have clothes in them. And maybe I'll try to do some more picking in my closet. I didn't get enough out of there for sure. I think when I trade my closet, when I put my winter things in my closet in my bedroom and take the summer things to the hall closet, I'll get rid of some more of those summer things again. I had in my hall closet, this is something I found before I started decluttering. I found an LL Bean windbreaker, vintage windbreaker, women's windbreaker, bright red. It's in perfect condition. I listed it already. I don't remember when I got it. I don't remember putting it in my closet because it would fit me. But yeah, I listed that because I don't think I'll ever wear it. And yeah, it's worth more than the $15 to $20 I'm getting for things right now. Even less than that. I mean, I've said yes to a couple $9 and $10 offers. Depends on what it is and how long I've had it. I don't know if you notice, I did find a few more those bit emojis that look like me. Once you're in that app and you do your own emoji, then every season or so they put new ones on. And those are some of the ones that I hadn't seen before, so I transferred them over and put them in my folder. And that air hugs one that I put on tonight was one of the newer ones. Hmm. So what has everybody been doing? Is anybody selling anything more now that fourth quarter has arrived? Just by days, though. I look at Bryland's sales every day, and she's selling a few things every day. Don't quote me on that 25 box, and I'm not even sure if I got that right. It could be a $25 box. That would be the smallest box. Maybe like 10 things. And then it goes up from there. But you can pick the size of boxes. And that's what I liked about it. So, yeah. I know I've gotten 25 piece boxes before, and I've gotten 40-piece boxes before. But that 50-pound box was just, yeah, it was just too, I didn't like that one. Uh, I certainly wish I could just go shopping myself without getting tired. I can't, I know Bumblebee says just go for an hour or just go for a half hour, but then I can't, if I don't get enough, then I'm using my coupon for nothing, and then I won't have it for the next time if I get more, if you know what I mean. Mm. Rotate that inventory. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think about that when I get low offers, just exchange, just get rid of it and get my money back because it's just sitting, it's not doing anything. I don't think my inventory has changed too much because I'm listing only 3 a day. So that helps. Bumblebee just got back from the post office. I'd have to look up. I have receipts from last the last time I got a box from ThreadUp. It hasn't been, I'd have to go back to last year and look at the receipts to find out how much those boxes were. As long as I'm making somewhat of a profit, which I am. Hi, Brenda. I take global offers just to get the ball rolling. Sometimes that helps. Well, I have global shipping. They can offer me whatever. Oh, you mean lowball? Yeah, I know. I've done that too. Sometimes, right, it gets it started. If you once you sell something, no matter what it's for, it does get things moving sometimes. Now, today I sold one thing just a little while ago, so I don't know if that'll get things going or not. That was just I think like a $15 sale for wool tweed pants by Banana Republic, which isn't a big seller, but oh, Brylan's back. Hi, hi. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, my cat today, my cat's diabetic, gets insulin in the morning and the evening at 8. And but I'd put the dog's food out, which my dog is split now between Farmer's Dog, which is a wet food, and Sundays, which is a air dry food. And she likes it, but sometimes she doesn't eat right away. Sometimes she'll let it sit and she'll take her morning nap. And sometimes I let her out and forget to pick the food up off the floor. And today, this is the second time this has happened. The cat got in it, and she loves Farmer's Dog food. I mean, it's good. They said you can taste it, you can eat it. So when it came, I tasted all three: the chicken, the turkey, and the beef. And it's good. It has all kinds of vegetables in it. And it's quite tasty. Well, the cat likes it too. So I heard her over by the bowl. I looked over and she had, made a big divot in the food. So I don't know how much she got, but the danger of diabetes and insulin isn't with her eating too much. It's with her getting too much insulin. It's not for her. It's not dangerous for the sugar to go up to spike. It's dangerous for it to go too low. That can be deadly. So I'm not worried about it, but I hope it doesn't screw up her blood work. She'll get another fructosamine drawn in another couple weeks. Her meower is getting better. It was better today. At least it wasn't, at least she had one. It wasn't as hoarse as it's been. And yeah, it actually sounded more like a meow today, which I'm glad at. So I had made an appointment with the vet for next week for her to go in to see about it, and I'm going to call them and just trade. I'll take my dog in to have her nails done instead of the cat. I'm sure that'll be okay. I have to remember to call that tomorrow. I also have a note here on a Post-it. It says order Post-its, which I just put them in my basket on Amazon, but I have to call the vet. It's a wonder I just don't have a million Post-its stuck all over me. Thank goodness for you know who up there. Because Alexa reminds me of a lot of stuff. I didn't do part 2 yet. I'm going to do part 2 hopefully tomorrow. It was just would have been too much stuff to do. I had other things to do today in the house, and I thought, "Why am I rushing? I'll just do it tomorrow." So I listed and I did drafts for tomorrow, so I won't have to, worry about that. I can just do the video, record the video at least. Now, it may not get on tomorrow because 'cause I'll have to edit it, but at least it'll be done, and I think that will, be like part 1. Part 2 will be, yeah, the hall closet and some drawers, and then I think that'll do it for the clothes, my clothes anyway. Uh, yeah, that was a lot to edit because there was so much dead space in between things when I was walking around and going in the closet. I had to cut so much, just little seconds out, and that just takes time when you're editing. But I think it took longer to edit it than to do the video. This be a new bottle. Yeah. Does anybody watch Buzz's retirement page? I mean, garage. Buzz's retirement garage. I watch him. He lives here. He lives in over by Chagrin. He lives in Cleveland. Uh, Thought I sold something on Poshmark there for a minute, but it wasn't. Yeah, he's on. It's just Buzz's retirement garage. He retired less than a year ago. Seems like a really nice guy. So him and his wife are trying, not that they have to, but they're just trying it for YouTube to do the YouTube thing. They're trying to live on their Social Security. And every month they have a whole printed out thing on a whiteboard to tell us how they did. But he does other things too. Yeah. So besides the I don't know if it's worth doing videos of the chat. Well, I could put a whole bunch of them together. I could do it like a week's worth of the 5-minute videos when I'm doing them, and then put them on together. But each one is only 5 minutes, so it wouldn't be worth it to do a video. But I can string them together, and it would work. But the trouble with videotaping things, when you're doing things, if you want to get something done, it takes 3 times as long to do it if you're going to video, because they're setting up the camera, it's moving the camera, it's, then worrying about, what you're saying and what you're looking like, and then editing. So everything takes 3 times longer. That's the only problem with it. So it wouldn't be 5 minutes once a day. It would be much longer than that. So I'll have to think about that. Oh, you have seen him, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just hoping that things are better starting this month through December. And I'm hoping for no snow or ice as long as it can possibly go, because that just really is a problem for me. It wouldn't be a problem if it weren't for the chickens, because then I wouldn't have to go out. It's going across the driveway. See, my garage is detached and it's across the driveway for a bit. And then you have to walk a lot of times the driveway, which is stone, gravel. A lot of times, if you have rain and then cold, that gets icy. And then it can snow over it. It can be very hazardous for me. So, yeah. One year when I was younger and could actually get down, I had a toboggan. Uh, I don't know why I had it, but it was in the garage. I had this toboggan. It was a regular long toboggan. I think I have pictures of me when my sister was here of me getting on the toboggan and going down my driveway. But I got close to the end by the road and I thought, oh my heavens, what if I go across the road and down into the pasture? So I only did that once and it turned out okay. But what I could do is put the toboggan down and scooch myself across the driveway. But I can't get down like that anymore. That would be a video. I, I would get, if I could get down, I don't know how I'd get back up again because there'd be nothing to hang on to where I would end up. If it would go really fast and into the garage, I could hang on to the car. So we'll have to look into this. Uh, I don't want to kill myself. Uh, well, I'm still doing the Bible yearly by the year's worth of Bible. I am now in the Old Testament. I've just gone into Jeremiah. Uh, I was in Isaiah for quite a while. Now in Jeremiah, and then you do Psalms, a little Proverbs, and the New Testament. So, yeah, I always forget what book I'm on in the New Testament. It's Paul, though. I think I just ended Paul's last chapter, the Philippians. I think Philippians I think Philippians is what I'm in now. The one right before that, I think, is Paul's last writing, I think. Or it could be, I could be wrong. I should bring my Bible in here with me. But I have kept up all year. I'm so proud of myself. And you know that I'm going to do it again next year. But what I didn't like about this year, I have the New King James Version. That's the version I like. Uh, the the year Bible that I have is the NIV. It's the New International Version. Now, I don't like it as much as my King James. I wish it would come out in the new King James, but I must not have been able to find it. And then I also have an Audible one, and it's also the more modern. It's even more modern than the NIV. And I don't like it, but I listen to it. I do all three. It doesn't take that long. It sounds a lot, but it's not. Uh, and then I feel like I'm understanding it better. And then I not only do that, I go on YouTube and I listen to a pastor. His name is from Cornerstone Chapel in Leesburg, Virginia. His name is Gary Hambrick. He's I've listened to all kinds of pastors, and he is my absolute favorite. And he's the one that goes verse by verse through the Bible. That's all they do there. And he's been on for years, so I can find the Bible verse that I'm in or the chapter I'm in and listen to him. And he's really good at this, teaching it. Norma Jean +1. Well, hi, Norma Jean +1. I haven't seen you on here in a while. Have you? I'm not sure if you've been on here. It sort of sounds familiar. Yeah, Brenda, I am making a profit. It's just not as much as I'd like to make, of course, but yeah. Oh, it's been a while. Yeah. I thought I remembered that name from back a while. Well, I'm glad you came back and visited us tonight. Yeah, I'm on from 7 to about 8 because about 8 o'clock is when I have to go give my cat her insulin. Uh, I just put a new movie on. I just started it. It's a Denzel Washington, which I love his movies, and it's one I don't think I've seen it. Now, The Little Things or something like that, Little Things. It's not a one that you've heard of much. So I'm not sure if I've seen it way back. When I start watching it, hopefully I'll figure it out. He's younger in it. It's an older movie. So has anybody seen that one? Something Little Things. And I think that's the name of it. Have you seen Fallen with him? It sounds familiar. I think I've watched all his movies. Pretty much. That's why this one surprised me. Fallen. When is that an older movie? In Fallen, he has a cat. I don't know. That doesn't sound familiar. But the name Fallen sounds familiar. Oh, in 98. Oh, not his cat. Fallen. Let's see, Denzel. Let's hoping it would give me a picture. Oh, it's like, oh, fallen like an angel fallen. Fallen, don't trust a soul. That doesn't look familiar, to tell you the truth. Oh, it's a scary one. We'll have to look that up. I wonder where. Plays a Philadelphia police detective who's investigating occult murders committed by an apparent copycat killer. Don't read the surprise ending. Okay. I've seen Kiss the Girls with Morgan Freeman. Yes. Yes, I love Morgan Freeman. Didn't he just die? Or am I wrong? I hope I. Well, I'd like to be wrong if he didn't. I thought I just read it was just very recently, and is it him? Mm, Morgan Freeman. Yes, I really like Morgan Freeman. The Tom Selleck series Stone Cold. It seems to me I've seen some of those. I don't know if I've seen them all. It doesn't show his death. Oh dear. I'm sorry, Morgan, if you're not dead. Uh, if you like Gwyneth Paltrow, you love sliding doors. Oh, I should write these names down because I have such a hard time finding movies. You think the father from Good Times passed? Gwyneth Paltrow. Sliding doors. I never heard of that. Sliding doors. Tom Selleck. Stone Cold. That sounds familiar. And Fallen. The film alternates between two storylines, showing two paths the central character's life could take depending on whether she catches a train. Oh, that sounds kind of good. Yes, I love suspense movies. The Invisible Man. I must have seen that. Invisible Man. Makes sense because hubby was in pharmacy school then, and I went to the movies a lot so he could study. Uh, yeah, I haven't been to a movie theater since I think when Downton Abbey, the movie, came out, me and my girlfriend from the barn, Judy, her and I went because we both loved Downton Abbey, and we went to the theater to see it when it came out. And what I remember most about being in the theater was how loud it was. God, it scared me at first. I never remember it being so loud. Now you know, as you're sitting there, eventually get used to it, but wow. Yeah. The Age of Adeline is another good one. Boy, that sounds familiar too. I just think I recently saw that. Who's in that one? I either saw it or I read about it, you know, as you're looking for movies. Yes, I've seen The Accountant with Ben Affleck. My sister and I do this too. If she sees a good movie, she'll text me about it. The Age of Adeline. Oh, I think I do. Yes, I did. I did see that. Isn't that when she just doesn't get any older? Is that the one? She never grows old or something like that? I'm pretty sure I saw that one. Well, yes, between us, we have a good idea of some good movies here. But I'm going to have to go because it is 8 o'clock. Return to Me, another awesome movie. Has Carol O'Connor in it. Return to Me. Now, I know I haven't seen that one. To Me with Carol. Huh. No, I have no idea. I've never seen that one for sure. Okay, I will be back on Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Tell you if I sold anything and how my decluttering is going. Hopefully, I'll get a decluttering video on again. I'll work on it. And thank you all for joining me tonight. I look forward to Thursday evenings. Yes, I do look forward to evenings when everything's done and I can just go on and look for a good movie. Return to Me is a great film. I'll have to look that up. I've never heard of that, I don't think. So thank you all. You do too, Bumblebee. Yeah. So I will see you on Sunday, 4 o'clock. Until then, everybody be safe, be blessed, and I will see you then. Bye.